for lunch. When supper time's a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for fun. Planet Pizza. Planet Pizza.
Listen, your wedding day is the biggest day of your life. That's why you need to talk with Nick Hulberg from Pro Style Production DJ Services. The experience, the voice, the setup, you won't be disappointed. 15 years of big arena hosting, announcing, and DJing speaks for itself. PSP DJ Services also handles premier events, reunions, or parties. Call 833-1007 or visit ProStyleProduction.com to book now. PSP DJ Services. Make your event Pro Style.
At Premier Chiropractic, we are dedicated to achieving the best results possible for our patients through the most cutting-edge advances in natural healthcare today. Improving movement, function, and health, improving life.
Call to schedule your appointment today.
ProStyleProduction.com. This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network has been made possible by IMM, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Souris Valley Dental, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Thrifty White Drug, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Buffalo Wild Wings, Pimento Orthodontics, Bremer Bank, Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, First International Bank and Trust, Tecta America Dakotas, Elevation, First Western Bank and Trust, and Pro Style Production DJ Services. Stay up to date with the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network at ProStyleProduction.com.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Planet Pizza. Systems go for lunch. When supper time's a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for fun. Planet Pizza. Planet Pizza.
Hi, my name is Marshall Kanam. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork in their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know, who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
ProStyleProduction.com. This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network has been made possible by IMM, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Souris Valley Dental, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Thrifty White Drug, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Buffalo Wild Wings, Pimento Orthodontics, Bremer Bank, Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, First International Bank and Trust, Tecta America Dakotas, Elevation, First Western Bank and Trust, and Pro Style Production DJ Services. Stay up to date with the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network at ProStyleProduction.com.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
This broadcast on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by ProStyleProduction.com. It's time for Minot High Magicians Hockey.
Comes down low to the near side. Bennett walks out with it. Bennett centering. Feed fires and Easton Bennett scores. It's 4-1 Magi on the twisted wrister from Easton Bennett.
The growing tradition of Magi hockey carries on today.
He scores, and it's a hat trick for Hayden Schwartz.
A drive coming back toward Fuchs, scores! Flom gets her out of that Flom, then he fires, he scores! And that Flom has done it!
With one goal in mind.
Face off one back to the Knights. Minot High is winning the state title. They have won the state championship.
This broadcast on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Souris Valley Dental, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Thrifty White Drug, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Buffalo Wild Wings, Fibetto Orthodontics, Bremer Bank, Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, First International Bank and Trust, Tecta America Dakotas, Elevation, First Western Bank and Trust, and Pro Style Production DJ Services.
To the point, Hyde sends it down. Bennett, top shelf backhand, right where Grandma keeps the cookies, and it's 5-1. Out of Gretzky's office, Bennett feeds Hyde at the line, near side. Hyde tunes it in, tipped in front. Vile tucks it home, and it's 5-1. Bennett's hands handling, whistling, firing into the glove. No, he scored. It's 2-0. Heads, tattoos at home, and the Magicians lead.
It's time for the Minot High Magician Hockey Planet Pizza pregame show. Planet Pizza, the area's ultimate party location, has been serving the Magic City for over 20 years. Call and order now at 701-852-1700.
Colby Enns will start the rush. Enns has a big hit at center ice. Welcome to senior night. Plenty of noise. Easton Bennett absolutely lights up Ruley. There's the hit of the game, maybe of the week.
Now, let's go to the ice with the voice of the Magi. Here's Nick Hulberg.
Well, for the final time here in 2017-2018, the Minot Magents take their home ice here at the Pepsi Rink as they get geared up for a matchup against the Mandan Braves in girls North Dakota high school hockey. Good evening and welcome to the Planet Pizza pregame show. I'm Nick Hulberg, glad to have you aboard here on ProStyleProduction.com, home of Minot Magent hockey. Planet Pizza brings you the pregame show tonight as they do each and every night. Planet Pizza, the area's ultimate party location. School parties, team parties, birthday parties, and so much more. They truly are out of this world. Planet Pizza has been proudly serving the Magic City for over 20 years. And let me tell you something, I had some breadsticks the other day at Planet Pizza. My own special creation. They were the stuffed breadsticks. I put blue cheese on the bottom of them. I had galactic pepperonis, jalapenos, and pineapple with cheese in the middle of those things. And they were cooked to perfection. Astronaut Al over at Planet Pizza delivered those things here to the Pepsi Ring press box. And let me tell you what, it may be one of the best things I've ever had from Planet Pizza. They are the real deal. Planet Pizza brings you the pregame show tonight. Going to be a little bit longer of a pregame show. As you can see, there's some ice issues here at the Mason Arena. The Zamboni decided to take a little break, it looked like, as Brandon McFall was on the resurfacing machine. So
Planet Pizza pregame show might last a little longer than anticipated. Gives us more time to tell you about the Magicians' final, the Magents' final matchup of the regular season against the Mandan Braves. Mandan coming in at 7-14-1 overall. They're 5-11-1 inside of conference play. They're led by Hannah Peterson. 12 points for her here in her senior campaign. Taylor Davis, the senior, has 17 games played and 10 points on the year. 9 for Emily Freilich. Emily Horner has 6 points on the season. There's a handful of scratches tonight, however, for this Mandan hockey team. They're injured, they're sick, they got plenty going on. Not a good night tonight for the Mandan Braves girls hockey team as they come into Minot to take on a very hungry Magents team. This is a Magents hockey team that lost to Fargo North-South on Friday night. Then they lost to West Fargo United on Saturday afternoon. Couple close games, 4-1 North-South beat them, and then 3-0 West Fargo United beat them on Saturday here at the Pepsi Rink. So it's a Magents team coached by Waylon Wallstrom that comes in at 12-10 overall. They're 12-7 in conference play. They're led by Dessa Flom, 37 points for her. That comes to the tune of 27 goals, 10 assists in 22 games for the sophomore. Kaya Shaw sitting on 26 points in 22 games, 19 games played for Olivia Weisberg. She's got 20 points on the season, 13 for Lindsay Larson, the one of 2 seniors on the club. And the freshman Paige Ackerman, the defender, has 12 points on the year. This should be a fun matchup tonight inside of Pepsi Rink here at Mason Arena. It's a special night for all the girls in the youth program here in the Magic City in the Minot Wolves program. Anyone that wore their Minot Wolves uniform into the game tonight receive free admittance into the game here this evening. 100 girls in the girls program, girls playing hockey in the Minot Youth Hockey program here at the 2017-2018 season. That's just fantastic numbers. The sport of hockey continuing to grow. Hopefully the hometown girls can see a win tonight from their Magents, who are going to be looking for one as we get geared up for the state tournament, which takes place in just 2 weeks from now. So it's going to be the end of the season here, going to be motivation time to get geared up for that state high school hockey tournament. 4 minutes, 58 seconds remaining in the Planet Pizza pregame show. Brandon McFall back to the ice surface on the Zamboni. Hopefully that thing's ready to roll. He's going to resurface the ice. When we come back, we'll talk to Waylon Wallstrom, the head coach of the Minot Magents. We'll hear his thoughts after the weekend. We'll hear his thoughts heading into tonight's matchup with Mandan. It's a girls' high school hockey battle of the West Region foes, Mandan and Minot High. This is Minot Magents Hockey.
For lunch, when supper time's a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for Planet Pizza. I love space. Planet Pizza.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
ProStyleProduction.com. This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network has been made possible by IMM, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Souris Valley Dental, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Thrifty White Drug, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Buffalo Wild Wings, Pimento Orthodontics, Bremer Bank, Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, First International Bank and Trust, Tecta America Dakotas, Elevation, First Western Bank and Trust, and Pro Style Production DJ Services. Stay up to date with the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network at ProStyleProduction.com. It's time for the Elevation Coaches Corner. Elevation, located at the Minot Country Club and open to the public 7 days a week. Elevate your game at Elevation. Now back to the ice for the Elevation Coaches Corner.
Time for the Elevation Coaches Corner with Minot Majet head coach Mr. Waylon Wallstrom. And first of all, Waylon, as always, thanks for some time here tonight.
Hey, thank you, Nick.
Should be a fun one tonight. Mandan comes into town, and it's a hockey team that comes in at 5-11-1 inside of conference play. And your Majets certainly are going to be hungry after a couple games this weekend against some of the top schools in North Dakota, West Fargo United and Fargo North South. Let's talk about that matchup. Most recently, the weekend matchups, I should say, first. And overall, give your team a performance rating on an A to F scale. I think there's a lot to be proud of. Obviously, you'd like to pick up a few more wins on the weekend.
Oh, absolutely. You know, if I'm going to scale it after watching the videos and going through some of the things, I'm going to give it probably like a B, B minus. You know, we played some good defensive hockey, special teams. We gave up a couple goals. We also scored on special teams. So, I mean, overall, our 5-on-5, I thought was, you know, B to A, but our scoring, you know, we had a tough time getting the puck to the net and capitalizing on some rebounds. So that's something we're definitely going to work on today and try to work the puck low and then move it high and see if we can get some shots that get through and, get some traffic and some rebounds in there.
I was just going to ask you the importance of today's game against a team that maybe isn't as strong in the net, and nothing against the Mandan goaltending staff, but, boy, you're playing the All-Stater on Saturday afternoon and maybe the best in the state. She pitched the shutout against you guys in Mervick. Today, how important is it to score a few goals and get things rolling before tournament time?
Oh, absolutely. We got to get that confidence again that, that we're going to score every time we get on the ice. It's not going to happen, but at the same time, they got to come in and they've got to have that confidence in themselves, the confidence in each other. Defense, getting some confidence, shooting from the point, just creating a lot of opportunities. And that's what we're going to really try to stress on tonight is, moving the puck up the ice really quick and trying to get them off guard and get some of those odd man rushes. So.
Should be a fun one tonight with the Mandan hockey team, Waylon, but when you look at the schedule coming up, this is it for you folks, and then all of a sudden it's a week off before tournament time. Are you a fan of the week off? Do you dislike the week off? Where do you stand on it from a coaching staff? I guess a better question might be is how banged up is the hockey team, and are you ready for the tournament?
Well, we're a little banged up after this weekend. We had a tough game. We have one of our top 4D, Abrahamson's out from that hit in the corner, and so we're banged up a little bit, but so it's nice to have a little time off and get ready for that swing. But, at this point, most of our systems are set and things like that. We're just doing a little tweaking here and there, and we're going to come into the tournament, playing the best hockey we can and give ourselves a chance.
You guys are going to come into the tournament as the 5th seed. That's a guarantee. 36 points right now coming into tonight's game. Number 5 in North Dakota. You guys had the chance coming into the weekend against a couple of the top teams to move up just a bit, but 5 overall. Are you satisfied with where that's at? I mean, obviously the future is bright, but your thoughts on 5th in the state in 2018?
Well, you'd like to come in 1 or 2, of course. Then you're playing the 7-8 seed, but at the same time, our record, we are a 5th place team right now. But with that said, we've played some good hockey against number 1, 2, and 3. So, we've been a couple goals with all of them, and we've been in some games with them. So, when it comes to state tournament time and goals are a little harder to get, I put us up against anybody. We just got to get past that first round, get that monkey off our back, and get back into the semifinals again.
Final thing for you today against Mandan, the Braves, final night on home ice here at the Pepsi Rink before tournament time. What's the biggest key tonight if you guys want to come out of here after 51 minutes with a victory?
We got to take care in front of their net. We've got to put some pucks on net. We got to get it at the goalie's head right away. We got to take care of some of our rebound issues we've been having and just penetrate their house as much as possible and get kind of a little grindy, dirty if you want in front of the net and take care of some of those garbage goals.
Sure appreciate your time tonight. Thanks for having me aboard for these last 3 of the season, and best of luck here tonight.
It's always fun to talk to you, Nick. Thanks so much.
That's Waylon Wallstrom.
consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork and their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know, who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, my name is Marshall Knopp. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. I've had many customers express being frustrated with the P.O. box they once had. They didn't realize they couldn't have packages delivered to their P.O. box. It's why they now have a personal mailbox here at the UPS store. We'll accept the packages for you, and you can pick them up when it's best for you. For a more efficient business, visit us at the UPS store. We are at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
Well, the Minot Jets storm onto the ice for the final time here on home ice in the 2017-2018 campaign. Danny Sam, the in-game announcer, will have the official introductions in just a moment. We wait for the arrival of the Mandan Braves. Let's look around the state of North Dakota quickly at the 2017-2018 standings. Fargo North-South, the number one team in North Dakota at 19-4 overall, 16-2 in conference play. Bismarck right behind them at 18-4 on the season. West Fargo United, number 3. They're 13-3 on the year. Fargo Navies, 13-5. The Magents are 12-7, number 5. Grand Forks is 7-9, 1-1. They're number 6. Mandan comes in at the number 7 spot at 5-11-1. And Dickinson sits in the number 8 spot. Williston, number 9. Devils Lake and Jamestown mathematically eliminated from the tournament picture. We'll turn it down to Dan Sem, the in-game announcer, for the official introductions of tonight's North Dakota girls high school hockey matchup. It's Mandan and Minot High School. Here's Mr. Dan Sem.
Starting lineups first for the visitors. Starting in goal, an 8th grader, skater number 16, Sheets. At 1 defense for Mandan, a junior, skater number 14, Callie Berg. At 1 defense, a sophomore, skater number 25, Justine Melhoff. At 1 forward, a freshman, skater number 3, Emily Fraley. At right wing, a senior, skater number 5, Taylor Davis. Centering for the Braves today, a senior, skater number 13, Hannah Peterson. Head coach for the Braves, Matt Strindon, assisted by Kaylee Seedorf. And now your home team, your Minot Jets. Starting in goal, she's a freshman, skater number 30, Amber Barkas. At 1 defense for the Jets, a junior, skater number 14, Molly Sen. At the other defense position, wearing sweater number 17, Brianna Slogstuen. At 1 forward position, a senior, skater number 5, Lindsay Larson. At the other forward position, a junior, skater number 3, Olivia Weisberg. Centering for the Jets, a junior, skater number 18, Parker Larson. Head coach for the Jets, Mr. Waylon Wallstrom, assisted by Mr. Jason Steele and Ms. Steph Ward. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Remove all headgear as we enjoy the singing of our national anthem by MSU students Maddie Sem and Nathan Bowles.
God bless our servicemen and women. God bless our veterans. God bless America. Beautiful rendition of our nation's national anthem as we get geared up and ready for tonight's North Dakota girls high school hockey matchup. It's the Mandan Braves in black uniforms tonight taking on the Magents from Minot High in their home maroon and golds. Nick Hulberg, glad to have you aboard here at ProStyleProduction.com. We are interactive on Facebook. Make sure to like Pro Style Productions Facebook page. You can also vote for our Minot's Finest Collision Center stars of the game in the same spot as well. Pro Style Production happy to bring you Minot Magents hockey. Well, the goaltender matchup tonight looks like this. Amber Borkus has the call for the Magents. She's only a freshman. She's played in 18.67 games. She's turned in a 10-10 record here in her freshman campaign. .846 save percentage and a .402 goals against average. She'll go against the 8th grader on the other side, and that's Autumn Sheets. 22 games played for her, 84% save percentage and a .412 goals against average. Jake Stacks, the linesman tonight. Gar McCrimmon, along with Eric Steele, are the head referees, and we are underway for the final regular season matchup for the Minot Magents, the girls high school hockey team here from the Magic City. State tournament time. 2 weeks away, the Ralph Engelstad Arena in Grand Forks is the home to the 2018 showdown of the top 8 teams for not only the girls but the boys as well. We'll have the boys coverage for you on 1390 KRRZ AM radio. Unfortunately, the girls will not have their games broadcast this year. Trying to get it lined up, but the way that tournament comes into place and they play at the same exact time each and every day, and there's just no way to do it. So unfortunately, no coverage for the girls. In with the first shot of the hockey game. That one off of the stick of Freilich, and it's stuck aside by Amber Borkus. Over to the far side wall, and it's going to be taken here by the Braves, and with control, it's Ashley Patrick. Patrick's back in behind the net. Looks for the outlet, moved it away to the near side. Sem got a stick on it momentarily, and now it's freed to Swangstu. And Swangstu tries to clear, can't. Look out, here come the Braves back in, loose in front of the net. Bouncing puck from Ashley Patrick, went to the corner, and now the Magents trying to clear. Back in behind Amber Borkus. She was my star of the game on Friday evening against Fargo North South, the top team in the entire state of North Dakota. Turned in a good performance on Friday evening. 4-1 was the score, an empty netter for Fargo North South. She gave up 3 in the contest, but she turned aside 29 in the game. She made some big flashy saves as well. Puck's back in behind Borkus and worked away to the far wall. Here come the Magents out to center ice. Dessa Flom had the lead pass too far in front of her. She's got 37 points coming into tonight's matchup. That's in 22 games as a sophomore. Look out, she's going to be around for 2 more seasons for the Magents. She'll be in the conversation. For Miss Hockey North Dakota, you'd almost have to think she's been at this for a while and a definite contender. Top performer each and every night she hits the ice. Icing on Mandan, 14:48 to play here in the first. Well, later this week here at Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena, 8 teams from the West region of boys North Dakota high school hockey will get together, and they'll play to see who will advance to the state high school hockey tournament. Top 4 will go. Bismarck Century, the team to beat. Bismarck High, ranked number 2. Minot High, ranked number 3. It's going to be a dogfight after that as Dickinson, Jamestown, Botno, Williston all in the mix. Mandan's in there also. Puck sent back in behind Borkus. On the retrieve is Ackerman. The freshman moved it up the far side wall. Lindsey Larson left it for Ackerman. Held it at the line, hammered forward. Larson's got it back, make that Ackerman up to Weisberg. Weisberg across it comes, and now here are the Magents with Parker Larson. She cuts across. Larson sends one in. Hit traffic, and it went up and into the protective mesh. We'll have a face-off coming with 14:16 to play here in the opening period of action. Scoreless hockey game tonight. If you're just joining us, Mandan's in black, Minot Highs in their home whites. Action begins at the Pepsi Rink on Thursday morning. Early game time Thursday morning. I believe it's 11 a.m. I'm looking for you to double check that game time. But I'm almost positive that 11 a.m. is the first game of the West Region High School Hockey Tournament. It is. Century against Williston, followed by a 1:15 matchup, Dickinson against Jamestown. Bismarck High's at 5 against Mandan. And then at 7:15, the Magicians are on the ice against Botno Rugby, a team that they just thumped in their last matchup. Score was 8-0. Back underneath the offensive net. Sam with a backhand, threw it towards the cage. And the stick save was made. Shots are now 1-1 in the contest as the puck comes back out to center ice where it's taken and moved ahead by Freilich. The freshman has it pinned up on the far side wall. Now with the help of Hannah Peterson, it's pushed into the Minot high end. And on the retrieve here for the Magents is Brianna Swangstu. Swangstu went out to center with it. Now foot race to the near side wall. Lily Bonebreak gets there first, pushes it further into the neutral ice zone, but now the puck comes back to Swangstu. And Swangstu sends it across where with possession is Carson Abrahamson, the sophomore. Back into the Magent territory. Molly Sam on the retrieve. Sends it around the end wall. Freed it here now to O'Malley Esslinger. Puck rolls the length of the ice all the way down. Will this be an icing? It is. 12:46 to play here in the opening period tonight. Scoreless game with Mandan and Minot. ProStyleProduction.com, once again, the broadcast home to Minot State University men and women's hockey, Minot High boys and girls hockey as well. ProStyle Production DJ Services also happy to give you entertainment at your live event. Wedding season continues to fill up. If you've got a wedding or a celebration coming up and you need a DJ, love to talk to you about what we can do with your event. A lot of fun each and every time we set up the ProStyle Production DJ Services light show and sound system. Larson through center ice with a backhand, sends it into the offensive zone. Takes it down to the corner. 1-on-5 down underneath the goal line. The puck is going to be stripped there and it's taken away now by Justine Melhoff. Melhoff pushed it out to center and Sam's got it back. Hammers it up off the bench. And it's going to be taken and moved ahead forward back into Mandan offensive territory where Sem's on the retrieve. And Molly Sem goes out to center ice. Puck taken from her there by Anna Ross, and Ross brings it in. Now Sem again up the wall. Through it to Dessa Flom, through center, lead pass, too far in front. And all the way down from Kaya Shad comes. There's an icing. 11 minutes, 40 seconds to play here in the opening frame. Shots are still 1-1, and it's still a scoreless hockey game. Face-off will be on Amber Borkus's blocker side. Looks like Uncle Brent is in the seats tonight. My old broadcast partner for the Bismarck Bobcats days. He's also the senior broadcast director at Beck Sports Network. They'll have the West Region High School Hockey Tournament on TV on Beck Sports coming up Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. He does such a fantastic job. Down to the corner, puck sent in front of the net. Borkus waited for that one to come her way. It never did as the Magents bring it out to center ice and over neutral with it. Kaya Shaw carries in 1-on-3. Rest of the maroon and gold go for the change. Now Shaw on angle sends it in. And the 8th grader makes the stop. As Adam Sheets went down into the butterfly. They don't have the heights listed for either team. Sheets doesn't come much over the crossbar. Stands a bit shorter than that, especially when she goes down into the goaltender position. Athletic, I was watching her in warm-ups, though. She's definitely fun to watch. Gets around the net quickly, plays her angles well. Bright future as well, only an 8th grader. Puck rolls in on her blocker side, and Sheets goes down to play it. Shots are now 3-1, Magents. Sheets comes into tonight's matchup on that 7-14-1 mark. She's played every game this season, except for a period. 4-1-2 goals against average, a number that she would like to improve on, and an 84% save percentage, but you see that with young kids, especially the 8th graders, 9th graders, 10th graders. You just wait, give them a few more years. That save percentage will only rise. Goals against average should rise as well. Depends on who's in front of them, of course. Judging by the athleticism of Sheets, she's got a bright future. 6.5 minutes into the opening frame tonight. Sent it on Borkus. Speaking of bright futures, she sent that one to the corner with the Bauer goal stick. Now it's Parker Larson up to center. Right back into the offensive zone and back on the retrieve. It's Sem. Sem had that one hop over her stick. Molly Sem, the junior, works it away to the near wing and trying to clear the zone with it are the Magents and Weisberg. Can't quite get there. Now Larson's on the retrieve on the wall just inside the blue line. Lindsay Larson working for it. Take it there and send deeper into the zone by Taylor Davis. Getting it back was Ackerman. She moved it back up and out to center ice. Lead pass was there. Weisberg had that one too far in front of her. And all the way down it comes for the icing. Great A opportunity, but putting just a bit too much on it. Parker Larson on the attempt to connect with Weisberg. Well, those two have had pretty good seasons. Olivia Weisberg third in scoring for the Magents, 20 points for her in her junior campaign. Got to go down the sheet just a bit to find Parker Larson, number 18. The junior's got 6 points coming in 22 games. On the retrieve for the Magents. Clementic takes it down into the corner. Lost a handle on it, and it comes back away now to Macy Berg. Dessa Flom breaks free. She crosses the blue line. She's in Mono. Imano the drive, the stop. She's robbed on the doorstep as Dessa Flom was bidding for point number 38 on the season. And the save was made. Sheets went down into the butterfly and keeps it a scoreless tilt. Puck goes back away underneath the circle, and here come the Braves back the other way. This is a matchup against number 5, Minot High, against number 7 in North Dakota. Back the other way, here's a drive coming. Pipe was hit, goes off of the back of Borkus. And striking for first blood, the Braves are on the board here at 8:45 remaining of period number 1. No numbers on the sleeves of those uniforms. I believe it's 13. Hannah Peterson. We'll wait for Dan Sam, but I believe that's what it is. It is Hannah Peterson. Will get credit with the goal. And Mandan strikes first.
Here's your Mandan scoring summary. Unassisted here, Hannah Peterson. Even strength goal at 8:15 of the first. That's 13 unassisted.
So number 13 picks up point 13 on the season. Hannah Peterson, the unlucky number, has some luck tonight. That one went off the goalpost and then off the back of Borkus into the net. And it's 1-0 Mandan. Rolling puck into the offensive zone on the retrieve. Puck comes back out to center and carrying across the neutral ice zone with it. This is Kelly Berg. Berg spins it away, now across back to the point. One timer comes in. Borkus makes a save. That one sent in from Newsel. And now falling down, Newsel, that creates some space. Bonebrag's in. Bonebrag turns it towards the net. She's run into it the last minute by Callie Berg. No call on the play. Good defense, you'll call it. And the puck rolls all the way back into Magent territory where Molly Sem's on it. Now Sem, fanned on the pass. Puck is taken down low here by Taylor Davis. Comes back up to Lindsay Larson off the wall. Larson frees it to Parker Larson. Larson's in. She'll hammer it off the glass and down in behind Sheets. Now away to the near side wing. Puck taken and fired from the line in towards the net from Molly Sem. It went wide. Top of the circle it comes. Out with it was Flom. Puck is taken away here by the Braves. They go to center with Freilich. And it's intercepted again. Larson has it for the Magents. Here with 12 minutes complete in the first. The Braves still up 1-0. 13th point of the year for Hannah Peterson. And at the 8:45 mark of period 1. Back in behind the Minot High goal. Dwyer was back to retrieve. It's over to the far side for Maggie Sem. Right back in behind the net. Borkus looks onward as the puck comes past Maggie Sem and out to center. 6.5 to play here in the first. Now Dessa Flom, she skates in with it. Flom, top of the circle, fired it towards the net. That one hit a shin pad. Puck is knocked down, right back in. Kaya Shaw sends it in. Look what I found, says the 8th grader Sheets, and she'll hang on to it. Into the Von Kenching minute went to the faceoff will come on Sheets' glove hand side. New unit comes out for the Magents. It's Ackerman Mecca at the point along with 21. Clementich. Up front on the draw, Esslinger's out along with Lily Bonebrake, and on the wing on the far side, that's Abrahamson. Brent Abrahamson out of the lineup tonight, by the way. She went hard into the wall on Saturday afternoon. There was a no call on the play, crashing into the boards. Hopefully she'll be all right and soon. Puck is taken here by the Magents, trying to move it forward. Clementich comes back away out to the neutral ice zone, right over the red line. Bonebrake's got it back. Then here's Esslinger. Abrahamson steps into the zone. She's offside. She has to come back out to center on the retrieve at neutral ice, and picking it up forward from Clementich. Forward it comes. Weisberg pick in front of the net. Oh, one-time feed. Carson Abrahamson from Weisberg. That was a pretty play. They just couldn't connect on it. .5:15 to play here in the first. Paige Ackerman back on the retrieve. Here's Ackerman on the near side wall. Now Weisberg. Where's that clear mask? Up to center ice, Lindsay Larson. Here's Larson, the senior. She walked over center with it. Brought it into the zone. The Magents need to touch up onside. Meanwhile, the Braves bring it back out to neutral. And then into Minot high territory. Into the zone they come. Ashley Patrick with it. Sent it back in behind Borkus. 4:45 to play here in the period. These two teams opened their seasons against each other. Minot High went down to Mandan and they won 6-3. Amber Borkus made 18 saves in the contest. Swangstu sends it in. Blockers save from Sheets. Puck comes back away. Swangstu sent it back up out at center ice. Sam will dump it in. And the Braves will pick it up back in their own territory. Now they bring it back out. Trying to get a handle on it. Dessa Flom, she did, but she's whistled for the offsides. 4:12 to play here in the opening period. Autumn Sheets made 21 saves in the 6-3 loss to Minot on their home ice. After that, the Magents won 2 more in a row. They went to Devils Lake and Grand Forks and won 4-0 and 8-2 respectively. Then they were at home against Bismarck, who shut them out 2-0. Then they went to Williston and won big 7-0. Then they suffered their worst losing streak of the season. Dodge City beat them 4-0. Warroad beat them 20-0. Look out. 6-3. Fort Francis had the upper hand. They went to West Fargo after that, lost 4-0. Then they lost to Fargo North South 8-1. After that, they turned in a 6-game win streak, starting with Williston on the 9th of January, all the way down to the 26th of January, make it the 27th of January when they went to Fargo Davies and won 4-2. In there, they had wins against Jamestown, Grand Forks, Devils Lake, Dickinson, and of course, where it all started with Williston. Now they're on a 2-game skid here, looking to see if they can pick up a win before tournament time. Flom brings it in. She's tripped in the play. Both referees' arms come up. Borkus comes off the extra attacker. Now Sam tunes it in. Hit in front of the net by a skate, and it's knocked down, touched by Davis. And the first power play of the night comes out for the Magents here with 3:35 to play in the first. And the Magent power play comes to the ice. Face-off will be on Sheets' glove side. Face-off on Sheets' glove side with Parker Larson in on the draw. Weisberg out there along with Parker Larson. Lindsay Larson, 5 on the far side. Sam at the point with Ackerman. Shot from the line. Sam fires. Tipped in front. And the Magents tie it at 1. Parker Larson, 7th of the season. And Minot High on the board with a power play goal. Didn't take them long. 5 seconds into the extra attack. And we've got a tied hockey game at Pepsi Rink here at Mesa Arena. Puck goes into the Minot High bench. Let's listen in. I believe that's going to be the 4th goal of the year. Point number 7 for Parker Larson. Here's Dan Sim.
13:30 of the first. Skater number 18, Parker Larson. Assisted on the play by skater number 14, Molly Sem. And skater number 9, Paige Ackerman. That's a power play goal at 13:30. Skater 18 from 14 from 9.
So the 7th point of the year is credited to Parker Larson, Molly Sem, along with Paige Ackerman on the assist. That's a power play goal for the Majettes, and they're on the board. Back the other way, however, now for Mandan. It's taken here by the quick skating Emily Freilich, the freshman. She carries it into Minot High territory. Taken back behind the net. Borkus looks on the glove side. Taken by Swangstu. Swangstu back up across. Poke to center. Here come the Majettes. 2-on-0 in. Flom turns it, fires. Oh, what a blocker save. Turned aside by Sheets. She went down to the butterfly and stoned Flom for the 2nd time in the first period. 2 breakaways for one of the premier players in the western side of North Dakota girls high school hockey. It's some frustration from Dessa Flom on the Minot High bench. She could have picked up point number 38 and 39 here in the period. She remains at 37 thanks to the goaltending of the 8th grader, Sheets. Sheets making her 8th stop on the 9th shot she's seen here in the first period. 1-1. How about that weather changing today? We went from 10 below to all of a sudden 25. Things are looking up. And it's tournament time, my favorite time of the year. North Dakota State High School Hockey Tournament at the Ralph. 2 weekends from now, it's going to be all sorts of fun over at the Ralph Engelstad Arena. It always is each and every year. Can the Minot team surprise some people across North Dakota? They won't be the favorites heading in. They could be the dark horse. Majettes are going to go into the tournament number 5. Minot High boys could go in 1, 2, 3, 4 out of the West, or they might not even make it. All depends on how things go here this week at the WDA tournament. My guess is they'll probably come out either 2 or 3 out of the West region. It's been a while since they've beaten Bismarck High. They definitely owe the Bismarck Demons one. Mike Peluso's teams racked up 5 in a row, 6 in a row against the Magicians over the last 2 seasons. Swangstu to center, sent that one across to Parker Larson. Here's Dan Sem coming with the 1-minute call. Danny left me hanging. 55 seconds to play in the period. All the way down it comes back. There he is. Thank you, Danny. All the way back, get him out of high offensive territory. It's Weisberg that handles. Weisberg makes a move. Now another. Weisberg cuts towards the front of the net. Oh, came off the toe-over stick. It's taken off the glass and fired right into the Mandan bench. With a half a minute roughly to play here in the first. That's going to bring a face-off back into Mandan territory. Mandan's going to be the number 7 team heading into the state high school hockey tournament. Here's what the tournament looks like. It's going to be Fargo North South taking on number 8. That is still undecided who number 8 is in North Dakota for girls high school. Drive comes in, loose in front. Puck is sent all the way down. That should be an icing. Fargo Davies will play Minot High, 4 against 5. That will be 30 minutes after the opening game on the Olympic sheet of ice. That game at 11 a.m., so roughly 1:30, you'd probably guess, for the girls tournament. Number 2 against number 7. We're not sure who number 2 is or number 7. We don't know who number 3 is yet, but we know number 6 is Grand Forks. So we know that they play 30 minutes after the 5 p.m. game. All the girls opening round tournament games are on the Olympic rink at the Ralph. Freilich coast to coast. She comes down, fires. Oh, she hit the crossbar. Then it went up and into the corner. Puck is taken on the near side wall, and it's Sam that pushes up to Flom. Flom crosses neutral, needs to fire over the line and to stop in the play on the offsides with 0.5 seconds remaining here in the first. Half a second in the period. Should just let the clock run on. I think that's what they're going to do. Stack is just going to drop it. They'll actually face it off. And at the end of one, it's 1-1. Thrifty White Drug intermission report comes up next. We'll have the recap of the period. We'll take a look around the hockey world and see where teams sit after the busy weekend. Minot State continues to tear. Boy, that men's hockey team, the #1 team of the nation, they went to Utah and dominated again. We'll talk about all that when we return. Minot High and Mandan 1-1 at the end of one. This is Minot Majets hockey.
The areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Planet Pizza. All systems go for lunch. Frequent supper time's a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for fun. Planet Pizza. I love Planet Pizza. Planet Pizza.
Hi, my name is Marshall Knop. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork in their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know, who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
ProStyleProduction.com. This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network has been made possible by IMM, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Souris Valley Dental, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Thrifty White Drug, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Buffalo Wild Wings, Pimento Orthodontics, Bremer Bank, Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, First International Bank and Trust, Tecta America Dakotas, Elevation, First Western Bank and Trust, and Pro Style Production DJ Services. Stay up to date with the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network at ProStyleProduction.com. It's time for the Thrifty White Drug Intermission Report. Thrifty White Drug, where your healthy outcomes are our priority. Now for the stats, analysis, recap, and everything else Magi Hockey. Here's Nick Hulberg.
1-1 at the end of one period in this west side of North Dakota girls high school hockey matchup with the state of North Dakota. Two teams from out west, Minot High and Mandan, sitting on the 1-1 score here tonight. Here's the recap of the scoring on the Thrifty White Drug Intermission Report. Thrifty White Drug, where your healthy outcomes are our priority. Shots are 10-4 in favor of the Majets at the end of one. Autumn Sheets 9 saves on 10 shots. Amber Borkus 3 of 4. The one goal came from Hannah Peterson for Mandan at 8:15. That was an even strength goal. She hit the goal pipe on the blocker side, went off the back of Borkus into the back of the net to make it 1-0. Parker Larson got the game's equalizer, however, at 13:30. Power play goal, Molly Sebb and Paige Ackerman had the assist on Larson's 7th point of the year. Only one power play in the hockey game. Macy Berg charged for a tripping at 13:25. That's where the Magets got their power play goal 5 seconds later. Again, Parker Larson from Molly Sem and Paige Ackerman. Hannah Peterson, the goal scorer for Mandan. Shots 10-4 in favor of the Magets. Not keeping track of quality scoring chances here tonight, but we will tell you that the Magets have had more than just one. Dessa Flom, 2 breakaways, and she was denied twice by the goaltender Sheets here in this first period. Second period should be interesting. Comes up in about 10.5 minutes. Talked about the standings in girls North Dakota High School hockey. Fargo North-South number 1, Bismarck number 2, West Fargo United number 3, Davies number 4, Minot number 5, Grand Forks 6, Mandan 7, Dickinson's number 8, Williston number 9, Devils Lake 10, Jamestown 11. Here's what's left on the season. Today's Tuesday the 13th. Devils Lake is at Jamestown, Grand Forks is at West Fargo, and the one you're watching tonight, Mandan, is here in Minot. After this game on Friday the 16th, Fargo Davies is at Bismarck. What does that mean for North Dakota and the possible standings heading into tournament time? Well, the number 1 seed and the number 1 spot in the state belongs to Fargo North-South. That is not going to change. That's a guaranteed. Second or third could go to Bismarck. They've got Fargo Davies left. West Fargo United, only a few points back. They could finish second or third with a matchup against Grand Forks. So some things are going to have to fall into place. West Fargo United needs to win, and Bismarck needs to lose to Fargo Davies, but that could happen when you look at where the standings are. Bismarck number 2, Davies number 4, 15-7 for Davies, 18-4 for Bismarck. Could be interesting in just a few weeks, or in just a few weeks where they end up at the state high school hockey tournament. 5th seed belongs to Minot High School. Mandan's all that's left. 4th seed is what belongs to Fargo Davies. 2nd or 3rd seed again to West Fargo United. 7th or 8th seed to Dickinson. Mandan's going to finish 7th or 8th also here on the season. This is the Thrifty White Drug Intermission Report. Magents and Braves tied at 1. We'll be back with more in just a few moments here on ProStyleProduction.com.
Listen, your wedding day is the biggest day of your life. That's why you need to talk with Nick Hulberg from Pro Style Production DJ Services. The experience, the voice, the setup, you won't be disappointed. 15 years of big arena hosting, announcing, and DJing speaks for itself. PSP DJ Services also handles premier events, reunions, or parties. Call 833-1007 or visit ProStyleProduction.com to book now. PSP DJ Services, make your event Pro Style.
At Premier Chiropractic, we are dedicated to achieving the best results possible for our patients through the most cutting-edge advances in natural healthcare today. Improving movement, function, and health, improving life.
Call to schedule your appointment today.
ProStyleProduction.com. This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network has been made possible by IMM, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Souris Valley Dental, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Thrifty White Drug, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibetta Orthodontics, Bremer Bank, Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, First International Bank and Trust, Tecta America Dakotas, Elevation, First Western Bank and Trust, and Pro Style Production DJ Services. Stay up to date with the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network at ProStyleProduction.com.
Turns it towards the net, fires, save, rebound, deal, tucks it home, and the Magi lead 3-0.
Hi, this is Nick Hulberg, the voice of Magi Hockey, inviting you to join me and Larry McFall on 1390 KRRZ for live coverage of the 2018 West Region Hockey Tournament. The Planet Pizza pregame show starts 20 minutes prior to each Magi matchup.
Top shelf backhand, right where Grandma keeps the cookies.
1390 KRRZ, the home of Minot High Magicians Hockey.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestead from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Planet Pizza. 4 systems go for lunch. When supper time's a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for fun. Planet Pizza. I love space. Planet Pizza.
Hi, my name is Marshall Knop. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork in their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
ProStyleProduction.com. This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network has been made possible by IMM, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Souris Valley Dental, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Thrifty White Drug, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Buffalo Wild Wings, Pimento Orthodontics, Bremer Bank, Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, First International Bank and Trust, Tecta America Dakotas, Elevation, First Western Bank and Trust, and Pro Style Production DJ Services. Stay up to date with the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network at ProStyleProduction.com.
1-1 at the end of one period tonight. Nick Hulberg here for the Thrifty White Drug Intermission Report. Thrifty White Drug, where your healthy outcomes are our priority. Special guest in the press box now, it's Mr. Brent Borkus from the Beck Sports Network. First of all, Brent, thanks for a little bit of time here tonight.
Well, I saw you over here. We stopped by. I'm up working on the house, and we figured we'd catch the Jets game here. We got the niece playing goaltender, and actually I think you got all three Borkai involved in this event, and somehow my brother Brian is here. And then I believe my brother Brad is actually listening in and watching from Hawaii.
Now, Brad might want to argue this, but
Brad doesn't argue stuff.
No, but I'm watching your niece Amber Borkus playing. Now, keep in mind, Bryce is a pretty good athlete himself, playing for the boys team. But Amber Borkus may be the most athletic Borkus out of all you boys. She's quite the goaltender back there.
I got to tell you, she's pretty aggressive. We were talking about this a little bit before we came back on air, and she's only a freshman. And I've seen a good amount of girls hockey. We always get an opportunity with back whenever we're doing games to get an opportunity to see some of the girls games. And I got to say, with the way that most of the girl goaltenders go, she's probably one of the more aggressive, which is going to go a long way, especially in girls sports. I find that if you can find that that aggressive bone in your body, you can kind of rise to the cream of the crop a little bit. So hopefully she continues to mature, and I think the sky's the limit for her.
I find it interesting, especially in girls hockey. It just seems that there's so many young ladies that get an opportunity at a real young age. You see a lot of lineups, 8th graders, 9th graders, sophomores, whereas compared to, you know, maybe a volleyball or a basketball, for example. Those upperclassmen really dominate those rosters. Hockey's unique in that way, and it really is interesting when you look at somebody like your niece or Sheets on the other side, only an 8th grader for Mandan, especially a goaltender that can play from 8th and 9th grade on up. In your time calling games and seeing that stuff, you know, on the Beck Sports Network and your time involved with Minot High Athletics, how important is that, just getting repetitions and seeing those pucks and seeing that starting lineup each and every night from such a young age?
You know, the term battle tested comes to mind, and that's something that you see most often with kids when they're put in pressure situations. It's not going to be something that's going to rear its head every single night you step on the ice. But you find yourself in moments. I don't remember what the line from Miracle is, but he talks about great moments being born of great opportunity. Well, the thing is when opportunities show up and you have been battle tested, you have something to rely on, something it's routine. And if you can make things routine, and sometimes you can make performances routine, it allows you to operate with your mind instead of your heart a little bit. Sometimes that adrenaline can set you up to fail. If you can play calm and cool, which we know goaltenders need to do, that'll take you a long way.
What do you think of the first period of this one? 1-1. Minot High got a power play goal late in the first to put this thing at 1-1. But overall, your thoughts on the first?
Taking the ladies in maroon and gold a little bit to get started there, but you're starting to see some of the flow come forward out. Flom had a couple of nice chances there down in the Mandan end of the rink, but I think Minot's starting to get a little bit of flow, and girls hockey is so much about that flow.
Right off the draw into the offensive zone. Here come the Braves. Any major adjustments for either coaching staff after seeing the first 17 minutes? And anything come off the paper to you?
Do not throw the puck into the middle of the ice. That's one of the things I've seen them when they're working alongside the boards. Take your time. Don't panic with the puck, and whatever you do, don't just rifle it across the center of the ice, because I'll tell you what, Mandan has been finding some of those blind passes.
Right in front of the net, Kaya Shaw put one on, and Sheets made the save there. You're talking about that again, Brent. Another opportunity right in front of the net. Centering feed, no one home for the Majets. Out of the corner again, here's Flom. She worked it back up to the point. Looks like Minot High might be buzzing a bit here to start the first minute of play in the second. Did you see the Olympics? And Miss Lamoureux from North Dakota, from Grand Forks, set the record for the quickest goal all time in the Olympics. Back-to-back tallies. Did you see this?
I've been seeing a little bit of basketball lately at work, so I've been a little bit dry on my hockey quota.
It came up on my Google today that I don't remember which one it was. I think it might have been Monique Lamoureux. She's got a married last name also, but she set the record, back-to-back goals. Here's Esslinger in, fires it off the glove, and the stop was made. But Lamoureux for Team USA Women's Hockey, she scored back-to-back goals 6 seconds apart, which broke the record for men's and women's Olympic hockey that was sent back in 1960 or 64. So that's one that's probably going to be in the record book for quite some time. 6 seconds apart. It's quicker than John Grubb back in 1998, 11 seconds apart in the region title matchup.
Not only a UND girl, but also a North Dakota. If you remember, the Lamoureux family from Grand Forks played, remember Mario and JP playing at Grand Forks Central. So we got a little bit of state pride there.
Penalty was called on the Majets. Hooking is the call. See if they get the number up on the board. They didn't, and I missed who it was going into the box. She leans forward here. We'll tell you who it is. Oh, let's just listen to Dan Sem. Lily Bonebrake into the sin bin on the 2-minute hooking call. Well, we sure appreciate your time tonight. If you'd like to keep the headset on, you're more than welcome to stay with, or if you'd like to head back to the Borkus family, that's also appreciated of your time over here as well here tonight.
Well, as soon as I see some concessions make their way to the seat where I was at, I think I might be able to sneak over there. But, you know, Nick, just kind of going through the roster here, Esslinger had a nice in-close opportunity earlier, but I kind of rifled through this roster of Minot High earlier, looking at the names that I'm reading in the paper and hearing from you online. A lot of them undergrads. A lot of returning, not just returning players, but impact players.
And a lot of players with names of some former Minot High studs on the boys' side of things, coming from hockey families. It's interesting when you look at that. Waylon Wallstrom and I were having that conversation on Saturday afternoon that, my oh my, I don't want to write off this season, number 5 in the state heading into tournament time, but the future is bright for Magents hockey.
Yeah, they've got a lot of opportunity, but I think even this year they have a chance to make some noise. I mean, they played with North-South as well as West Fargo United. Girls hockey is pretty even across the top. I mean, you got some standout teams, but when you look at boys hockey, there's a couple at the cream of the crop level. Girls hockey, any day, I believe it was Mandan upset Grand Forks first round last year. Anything's possible.
Out of the corner, Esslinger has it, sends it off the side of the net. Tried to feed it to Kaya Shaw, and it went into traffic, and now the other way we go here for Revenish, and she'll carry it all the way down. Borkus makes the stick save. The Magents kill off the first power play of the night for Mandan. They're 1 for 1, not only on the power play, but on the penalty kill as well now are the Magents. As the puck is handled here into the near side corner, Revenish back on it. She sails it to the far side. Sems on the retrieve. Back up to the top of the circle, fired forward. This one hits traffic, and now here come the Magents off to bone break. That will come down. It's at icing here with 12:49 to play in the first. I'm dying to ask you your thoughts heading into West Region tournament time. Beck Sports and your crew will have those games, semifinal matchups, and the championship on television. Who do you have as the favorite? Is it going to be Century, or is it going to be Bismarck High, or is Minot High the dark horse inside the West?
You know, it's a real toss-up, I feel, between the Bismarck schools down there. Century's had Bismarck High's number this year, but the last game, that Century won 5-2. I called you up and asked you if you had heard the shots. It was 31-20, I believe, in favor of the Demons. So that's going to be a real interesting one. I'll give more information on how you guys can watch it on TV.
Here's a drive. Parker Larson bidding for her second. Back up to Sam, sent it in, and the stick save is made. All of a sudden, Sheets is getting quite the workout down here to our right to the blue paint. That's shot number 13. A drive comes in. Shot 14, now 15 on top of the blue paint, and she'll gobble that one up as Lindsay Larson was knocking on the doorstep. Minot High almost made it 2-1.
Yeah, Magents starting to put the heat on, crash the net a little bit. I think that's something you want to do too with the young goaltenders. Throw a lot of pucks at them, but make some confusion in front. They're not always going to be quick to gobble up and control their rebounds. Like you asked, Nick, something about those young girls as they get an opportunity to play more and more. Well, you start to learn to control your rebounds.
Talk about controlling rebounds. That one gets away from Sheets and into the corner it comes. Bunked off the wall on the near side and out to center ice. Sem on the retrieve, and the captain of the Magents throws it up the near side wall, and it comes all the way back in front of the Magent net. Back in front, Kaya Shaw sent it down to the corner in front of the Magent bench, I should say. Down to the corner. Not easy when you're used to that maroon and gold, calling them Magi Magents.
I think you'd be forgiven for that. You might just have to go with Minot.
Yeah, the Minot would work. MHS. Not against Mandan, however, because they've got the same abbreviation. Into the offensive zone for the Magents. It's taken off the near side wall. Kaya Shaw's got it back. She turns, fires. Kaya Shaw scores. And it's 2-1 Minot High School at 11:27 of the second. Shaw puts that one on the low glove side. And for Kaya Shaw in the season, that's going to be point number 27. How do you like goal number 12? Nice shot.
Tell you what, you could see blood in the water down there. The Magents really starting to cycle, work the puck around, and they're on every single loose puck here, but impressed with the firepower. That was a close-range shot, and she got some real snot on that one.
Let's listen in to Dan Sam, and then after that, why don't you tell us where we can find the Region Hockey Tournament. Let's listen to Dan real quick.
Assisted on the play by skater number 2, Dessa Flom. That's 7 from 2, even strength at 5:33 of the second.
Flom gets the assist on Shaw's 27th point of the year. Working for Beck Sports Network down out of the capital city. You guys have some big broadcasts coming up at the end of the year. Tournament time, always a favorite time of the season, especially on Beck TV, icing on the play. How do we find the high school hockey tournament?
We'll be doing the WDA. Boys hockey will be the semifinals on Friday night. I believe it's 5 and 8 are the game times. And then Saturday we'll be doing all 3 of the games because they're state qualifiers. You can find those. Beck Broadcasting Network is now in HD on Midco. I believe it's 6:09 in Bismarck and Dickinson, 6:12 up here in Minot. Or it may be flip-flop. I've never been the model employee to know everything.
The other end of the ice, it comes down to Swangs to. She'll take it down to the corner. I think you're a model citizen, however. Puck comes in front of the net. That one just wide, back up to the line. Here's a drive that's sent in from Clementench. It went just wide and back on at center ice. Parker Larson back on the retrieve. All the way down it comes. Will this be an icing? It will be. Brian Rothenberger, will he have the call of the games?
Yes, he'll have the call of the games. Actually, I believe all 5 of the games when we're up here. Not sure if Tony Swearingen will be joining him on the color call for that, but so the guys will be up here. For those of you that have Dish, DirecTV, or just have the bunny ears, that's what I've got down in Bismarck. You can catch the HD channel. It's the Beck Prime channel. I believe it's 24-1 up here in the Minot area.
Minotauros are in action that following Sunday from right here at the Pepsi Rink. That one's going to be on TV as well.
Yep, we'll have that one carried as well. 4 games was a little too much to do on Saturday, so we pulled the trump card and said the guys are going to the hotel room.
Instead of doing the Beaver matchup. Tickets available for Minotauros Hockey at MinotaurosHockey.com as well. Flom's in, turns it towards the net, knocked down, goes over to the corner. This is Maggie Sem on the retrieve. Now it's going to be taken and pushed back the other way here from Hannah Peterson, the game's goal scorer for Mandan. Puck launched all the way down and behind the net. Delay call coming on the Magents. They touch up, but now the power play comes out for the Mandan Braves, and a hooking will be called. And who's this on? I believe it's on Flom, possibly, with 9:29 to play here in the second. Gar McCrimmon, the referee, on the bottom of your screen. He had the call. So Flom goes to the box.
Well, the shots on goal are starting to balloon in favor of the Magets. Let's see how they're able to handle being a skater down. See if they can keep that flow. Sometimes these can be one of those things that's a killer in the girls' game is you start to get a little bit of momentum and then you drop back. But I've seen the last time that they were down at the Starion Complex, Minot had some real nice shorties.
Dan Sam's got the call. Dividend hooking on Dessa Flom. She spent a few minutes in the box this year, 14 to be exact. That's her 8th penalty of the season. She'll have 16 on the score sheet next to her name, but 38 points to go along with it, leading the Magents in scoring here in her sophomore season. Mandan with the puck. They're going to push out to center. By the way, Dessa Flom, number 6 in North Dakota, right behind Britta Curl from Bismarck. Curl 42 points on the year, but she's only played in 14 games.
Yeah, I think she had some small prior engagements.
Here comes Weisberg in, fires. Oh, what a save again. Sheets has been busy down there. She makes another nice stop. Out to center ice. It's pushed ahead forward into the offensive zone. This is Newsel, but she's whistled for the offsides. Those engagements that you're talking about for Britta Curl representing Team USA. Fantastic stuff.
I tell you what, it goes a long way, too, for what it does for North Dakota hockey. You see someone like that and their individual accomplishments, but you have other kids in the community, whether it's Bismarck or whether that's the state of North Dakota, that says, hey, she was just like one of us when she was younger. So people are seeing opportunities if you put the work and the time in. The sky's the limit for any of these girls.
Have to mention that Dave Hoff, representing Team USA as well, the legendary Botno coach in his 29th season up in Botno. Loose in front of Orcas. She'll make the stop and hang on to it. Dave Hoff in his 29th season up at Botno, representing Team USA and the coaching staff of the sled hockey team over at the Winter Olympics. I talked to him, and boy, that interview that I had with him when Minot High played Botno earlier on this year, and talking about what it means to be a part of Team USA, and more importantly, just to be with those Paralympic athletes and how they have an outlook on life, was just fantastic listening to Coach Dave Hoff Short-handed, Parker Larson's in, turns it towards the blocker side. She fires and scores her second of the night. It's 3-1 Magets. Short-handed, they've done it all on special teams tonight. They've killed one off, they went 1 for 1. They got a power play goal, and now they've got a shorty and a 2-goal lead.
Same case when they played down at the Starion Complex in Mandan earlier this season. That one was actually pretty tight throughout the first and most of the second period, and there was a couple opportunities where the Magets were able to spring a skater, and it's something that they've been able to use to change the flow, because not only does that help keep that momentum that you had going, but that's kind of a backbreaker situation when you think you've got the chance to even out the pendulum there a little bit for the Braves girls. That Minot comes down and kind of hits him with a gut punch.
Lindsay Larson and Paige Ackerman got the assist on that gut punch, if you will. 3-1 the score in favor of the Magets. 2 on the night for Parker Larson. Talked about her earlier on tonight, the junior. In 22 games, she came in with 3 goals and 3 assists on the season. She's got 2 more goals to add to that season-long tally. Nice night for her. Borkus, another stick save over to the corner. 3 seconds remains on the power play here for Mandan. That's a Flom fresh out of the box. Sharks and Water are the Magets right now, and they bring out the Great White with Dessa Flom. This puck comes all the way down the length of the ice. It's an icing on Minot High School. Shots are doubled up at 19-8, 3-1 the score. If you're Mandan right now, Brent, what's the message on the bench from the coaching staff and Matt Stinden here in his second season? What major change do you see needing to happen, or is it nothing even that drastic?
Eyes in the back of your head. You've got to have that one trailing defenseman that's always looking for that stretch pass. I mean, that's something that the Blackhawks used to do real nice when they used to be winning games, was they'd have that stretch pass. But here go the Magets again, another opportunity to streak on down the ice. That's one of the things, Nick, that I think Mandan's got to focus on, is don't allow Minot those close range opportunities without competition back there.
On the forecheck in the offensive zone, the Magets work it down low. Kaya Shaw sends it in front. Flom fires on. Sheets robbed her. Boy, Sheets has had Flom's number here tonight, and you can almost guarantee that the leading point getter for the Magets, Dessa Flom, starting to feel just a bit snake-bitten by the 8th grader. Bouncing puck towards the net. Borkus turned that one aside.
One of the things I'm seeing out of Sheets that I've been really impressed with is her positioning. Always kind of a little bit out of that crease. She's not tucked back in the net, cutting off some of those shots. Even the one earlier, I believe it was the Shaw goal, close range. She got a glove on it. It just went off the bottom of her glove, but she came out, challenged the shot, and that's not something you always get out of a young girl. But I mean, this is a full season, so you really got to move them up. You got to say an 8th grader's a freshman's a sophomore. I mean, you've played a full season here.
Waffle board save from Amber Borkus. Puck taken away by Abrahamson. Now it's taken there by Bonebreak. Push back out to center ice. That one goes off of Alyssa Aguirre and all the way back into Minot High defensive territory. Sam threw it right up the middle. Comes back away to Abrahamson on the near wing. And now Hesslinger at center tries to chip that one forward. She does. It rolls all the way down. Jake Stack's got the arm up. There's an icing.
You know, something that I was a little bit surprised from, I took a look at Bob Gillen's website to see what there was left for hockey games in the girls' hockey season. This is the last one for Minot and Mandan on the regular season. There's 3 games tonight across the state and then 1 more tomorrow, and that's it. And I was a little concerned because, boy, you're talking about a full week's time to throw some ice on some of these teams' MO.
Shot comes in, stop is made, and then crashing in. Taylor Davis, that's old school Bismarck Century style right there. Davis denied by Borkus. I talked to Waylon Wallstrom, head coach of the Minot Magets. He's in his 7th season, by the way. 21st year of coaching for Waylon altogether. His first ever year of coaching, guess who his starting goaltender was for Pee Wees?
Boy, I bet he had a nice pair of Brian Airpacks.
That was me, yes, absolutely. And a Red Badger elite goaltender mask, too. Those were the glory days. That was on Waylon Wallstrom's first ever hockey team. We talked in the pregame show tonight in the Elevation Coach's Corner about the week off. I asked him, do you like it? Do you hate it? How do you like having a full 7 days off, plus then some before the state tournament. Weisberg coast to coast. She goes down, sends it in a drive. Sheets made the save. She slid across, and Lindsay Larson robbed on the doorstep. But Waylon Wallstrom just said, you know, that basically doesn't mind having a week off. I said a better question might be alluding to the fact of how banged up is your hockey team. Gives you a little bit of time to get healthy and get a whole week off before the tournament. Didn't seem like Minot High with the number 5 on their back isn't going to mind a little bit of time to rest up and get ready for that tournament.
Well, it allows them to kind of focus and get some of those things that they want to work on in practice. You want to make sure you smooth out the process. You've had enough time to kind of find out where some of the hitches in your giddy-up are, so to say, and you got to get them fixed up.
Lindsay Larson behind the net, trying to work it out. Comes back over to Weisberg. She threw it to the point to Swangstu. Take it out to center ice, and Paige Ackerman has it. Number 9, White's only a freshman. Boy, she's got a bright future, doesn't she?
You're seeing a lot of freshman, sophomore all over the ice. Here's another sophomore.
That's the flaw back over. It's Sam throwing it in front of the net. Comes back up to the point. Swangstu holds it. She'll walk across the line and then send it down over to Sam in the corner. Maggie Sam trying to work it out. The leg call coming in. The Braves will be charged with a slash. And in front of the net, who will that be? Tall number 6, it looks like Haley Anderson. We'll go to the sin bin, and here comes the power play back out for the Magents. They're 1 for 1 here tonight. Interesting number for you, Minot Hockey program, the Minot Hockey Boosters. 600 kids in the program, 100 of which are female at the youth age. Isn't that fantastic? The sport of hockey just continues to grow.
I think there's a lot of future for girls hockey. You're seeing more of it. You're seeing it on an Olympic level. You're seeing more opportunities with the high schools. I mean, back when we went to high school, there was no such thing. And you've seen how much it's blossomed into. I believe there's, was there 8 teams, 10 teams throughout the state for varsity girls hockey?
11.
And that's even with some of the towns where you really could split up. I mean, I think Bismarck you could split. West Fargo you could probably split. I'm okay with the north-south since they're separated from Davies and Shanley. But I think you could add a couple more teams with the numbers out there.
Here's a drive, save, rebound loose in front. Flom on the doorstep again. Now Ackerman turns it off. Rowdy Piper hit the goal post right at the elbow. 1 minute 14 of the power play. Shaw, backhand, fires, she scored. 2 on the night for Kaya Shaw, 2 for Parker Larson, and another power play goal for the Magents. How do you like specialty teams for the Maroon and Gold tonight?
I tell you what, you might not want the week off. If this is the way my team's playing, I say let's go to Grand Forks tomorrow. Remember what you're doing right now, just do it in a week. Quick with the puck. I really like the response by Kaya Shaw. She did not take time to think about what she was going to do with the puck. That puck came, she knew what she wanted to do with it, get it on net.
Parker Larson into the offensive zone to Lindsay Larson. Weisberg streaking on the far side. Here's Dan Sims.
Assisted on the play by skater number 3, Libby Weisberg, and skater number 9, Paige Ackerman. That's 7 from 3 from 9.
Ackerman's got her second assist of the night. Weisberg on the score sheet for the first time tonight. It's Ackerman's 3rd assist actually on the evening. Boy, good luck picking the star of the game tonight. Minot's Finest Collision Center. Should make Corey do that from Minot's Finest Collision Center. I think that would be better than me trying to throw it together at the last minute. Always tough to try to pick 1, 2, or 3 stars of the game. Larson's in. She'll carry to the top of the circle, sends it towards the net. Pad save off the stick. Save off the stick into the pad, I should say, and Sheets makes her 23rd save of the hockey game.
I tell you what, I gotta think Shaw is putting her name in the hat a couple of times here for that player of the game. She's really had an impressive performance. She stood out so far to me, looking at a couple different of these players, but that Shaw, her ability to know what she wants to do with the puck and do it quickly around the net in small spaces, that's fantastic.
Abrahamson Battling forward on the far side wall, going toe-to-toe down low there with Justine Melhoff, who's wearing 25 tonight instead of 15. Back at the point, Paige Ackerman with 2.5 to play here in the middle frame. Halfway through the contest tonight, the Magents at 12-7 are looking for conference win number 13 and an end out 2017-2018's regular season schedule with a win after 2 in a row in the loss column, courtesy of the East Side Schools. Fargo North South, the number 1 team in the state. West Fargo United. Garmin Crimmon's got a call on the play.
Well, last I looked at the standings, it looks like Minot would be playing Davies, I think, first round of state. Or do they do playing games here?
I've got it right here for you on another sheet of paper. And that's what's interesting. When you come to tournament time the way it is right now, when you come to tournament time, it is Fargo Davies. You are correct. Fargo Davies and Minot High, 30 minutes after game number 1, which is at 11 a.m. on Thursday, February 22nd.
Well, that's okay. Red Pepper's fired up by then.
Fired on. The stop is made. Bork has turned it aside. 151. All the way down the length of the ice. You know what? I was thinking the other day that I've got a Red Pepper story. My first ever trip to the Red Pepper, how bittersweet is this? It was the first year in 22 years that Minot High didn't qualify for the state boys high school hockey tournament. I was a freshman in high school. I went to the tournament with Ryan Bakke, Adam Renfit, and Dave Wilson, the West Region goaltender of the year before Dave Wilson. They didn't qualify for the tournament that year. They took me to Grand Forks to the state high school hockey tournament, and we went to the Red Pepper for the first time, and my life has never been the same ever since.
Well, I'm glad you guys got an opportunity to get out of the library long enough to hit the Red Pepper there. But, you know, if you're going through a depressive state like not making the state tournament, at least you guys still got tradition.
1 minute, 10 seconds to play here in the second. And then I think back to that and think, geez, I was a freshman in high school. I'm getting pretty darn old. The year's 2018 now. Out to center ice we go with Freilich. Make that 7 instead of 3. It's Macy Berg, coast to coast. Under a minute to play in the second. Out of the corner, walking, turning. Stop is made, loose in front. Borkus made another save right on top of her. It was 13, Hannah Peterson. Mandan's point leader. Peterson looking for a few more to add to the season total. She came into tonight's matchup, I believe the number was 12 for Peterson. Yes, it was. She's got 13 now after she scored in the first. 8:45, she opened the scoring tonight for the Braves. Minot High has scored 4 unanswered since. Here's Dessa Flom. Turns it and fires it, sent it just wide. 4th opportunity of the night for Dessa Flom with a clear look at the goal. Sometimes that just happens, doesn't it?
I tell you, I was looking at number 7 for Mandan. I'm a fan there. 7th grader, nice rush. She's a defenseman, so a nice rush down the ice, got her opportunity, took it ahead, and then came back, and then a little bit of a chip on the shoulder. I don't know if you were watching this, but Dessa Flom was circling back to the defensive zone. She threw an elbow out there to try and chip her a little bit, and I'm like, boy, 7th graders got some grit.
Macy Berg. Don't you love hockey?
I tell you what, you don't find this in any other sport, and I have to watch a lot of sports now. I grew up playing hockey, so I'm a little bit favor it. But you do not find that sportsmanship.
4-1 the score at the end of 2. Before you run, I got to tell you a quick story, and fans at home will get a kick out of this as well. Larry McFall's my I do play-by-play for the boys high school games on 1390 KRRZ. And the legend Larry McFall's my color commentator. And Larry told the story against Botno the other night about how in 1974 he was on the first ever Minot High Magicians hockey team. And he talked about how they went to Botno and played in the Lumber Dome. And back then Botno was just a powerhouse. And there ended up being a bench clearing brawl at the end of the hockey game after the handshake line, after the whole thing. Everybody was on the ice fighting. And Larry McFall in the backup position for the goaltenders. He was the backup goalie for Minot High. He ended up getting in a little scrum. One thing led to another. The net was pushed over on top of him. And up in Botno, they had the low glass on the boards behind the net. And on the sideboards, there was no glass even anywhere near. It just wasn't created yet. They just had boards all the way around. And he said some older woman, grandma type of lady, had reached over the boards with a purse and hit Larry on the back of the head with her purse. And what he decided to do was grab his hockey stick, his goalie stick, and he hooked that purse and he tipped it out onto the ice. And my, oh my, what a story that. I mean, you just can't, you can't beat it. But he said that after that, after the police escorted them out of town and the whole 9 yards, there was no suspensions, no extra penalties, there was no fines, there was no nothing. That just was what it was. Old school.
I'm surprised Larry didn't get hurt because purses were made with a little bit extra back in those days. This is back before smartphones or anything small, and your wallets used to carry full-size dollar bills anymore. But I tell you what, I'll stick around because I got a story about Waylon Wallstrom versus me on a breakaway in the Oilers alumni game. I'll save that for you after the break.
Sure, appreciate that. That should be fun. 4-1 at the end of 2. Boy, it's a hockey game in the second for the Magents. They unloaded. We'll have the recap on how we got to this mark at 4-1. It was 1-1 at the end of 1. Minot High unhooks the plow in the second. Thrifty White Drug Intermission Report comes up next. This is Minot High Magents Hockey.
Turns it towards the net, fire, save, rebound, deal, tucks it home, and the Magi lead 3-0.
Hi, this is Nick Hulberg, the voice of Magi Hockey, inviting you to join me and Larry McFall on 1390 KRRZ for live coverage of the 2018 West Region Hockey Tournament. The Planet Pizza pregame show starts 20 minutes prior to each Magi matchup.
Top shelf backhand, right where Grandma keeps the cookies.
1390 KRRZ, the home of Minot High Magicians Hockey.
Listen, your wedding day is the biggest day of your life. That's why you need to talk with Nick Hulberg from Pro Style Production DJ Services. The experience, the voice, the setup, you won't be disappointed. 15 years of big arena hosting, announcing, and DJing speaks for itself. PSP DJ Services also handles premier events, reunions, or parties. Call 833-1007 or visit ProStyleProduction.com to book now. PSP DJ Services, make your event Pro Style.
At Premier Chiropractic, we are dedicated to achieving the best results possible for our patients through the most cutting-edge advances in natural healthcare today. Improving movement, function, and health, improving life.
Call to schedule your appointment today.
ProStyleProduction.com. This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network has been made possible by IMM, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Souris Valley Dental, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Thrifty White Drug, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibetta Orthodontics, Bremer Bank, Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, First International Bank and Trust, Tecta America Dakotas, Elevation, First Western Bank and Trust, and Pro Style Production DJ Services. Stay up to date with the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network at ProStyleProduction.com.
We serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
It's time for the Thrifty White Drug Intermission Report. Thrifty White Drug, where your healthy outcomes are our priority. Now for the stats, analysis, recap, and everything else Magi Hockey. Here's Nick Hulberg.
3 goals in the second for the Magents. It's been specialty teams. It's the name of the game tonight. It's also been Kaya, Sean, Parker, Larson show for the Magents. 2 for each of them tonight. That's how Minot High is up 4-1. It's Nick Hulberg alongside of Brent Borkus for our Thrifty White Drug Intermission Report. Thrifty White Drug, where your healthy outcomes are our priority. I've had the bug a few times this year in Thrifty White Drug. Bryce Bergeron and the staff over there at Thrifty always know how to take care of you, so we sure appreciate Thrifty White Drug for their continued support. 6 years now. Minot High hockey on the radio, whether it's boys or girls. They do a great job at Thrifty White Drug. Here's the recap of the scoring after our first and second periods of play. Start with the shots on goal. Minot High firing 27 shots the way of Autumn Sheets. She stopped 23 of them. Amber Borkus has seen 12. She stopped 11. Hannah Peterson scored her 13th point of the year for Mandan. That started things off at 8:15 of the first. At 13:30, Parker Larson got a power play goal. Molly Sem and Paige Ackerman had the assist. Then at 5:33 the second, Kaya Shaw with her first of the night from Dessa Flom. That made it a 2-1 game. The Majets weren't done. They made it a 3-1 game, this time shorthanded. Lindsay Larson and Paige Ackerman set up Parker Larson for her second of the night. And then at 13:15, Kaya Shaw from Olivia Weisberg and Paige Ackerman. So Ackerman's got 3 assists. Kaya Shaw, has 2 goals tonight. Parker Larson, 2 goals tonight. Lindsay Larson, Weisberg, Flom, and Sam all have assists in the hockey game. Power plays in the contest. Minot High has had 1, 2, 3, 4 of them tonight. 2 on the other side for Mandan. Minot High's specialty teams have been good. 2 power play goals and a shorty here tonight. Even strength was the goal for Mandan. Brent, your thoughts on the contest at the end of 34 minutes? Minot High really unhooked the plow there in the second.
Well, I think that's probably a good analogy for it because they really started out slow, a little slow getting to the loose pucks. I know that Amber would have liked to have that first one back as a short side goal went off the post and then hit her in the back before trickling in. And I've seen her a little bit more aggressive coming out after pucks since then. So I think she's really gotten herself into the flow of the game. But the rest of the girls as well. I mean, you're seeing Shaw with 2 goals there that she's been aggressive. I've been impressed with her hockey sense around the net, knowing what to do with the puck. And then they've gotten rid of, you asked me earlier, what would be my advice, and I said get rid of throwing those pucks out to the center of the ice where you kind of blind passes. I really haven't had a whole lot of bad passes that I've seen since that point, so I've got to imagine they've got a radio down on the box.
Yeah, that's probably what they do. I do have to ask you, if you're the Mandan Braves right now, what is the message in the room heading to the third? You've got to get some offense generated. You've got to get around a Majets team that's really turned it on there in the second. What's the main message in the room? You also have to kill off a minute 44 penalty time to start period number 3, where the Majets have just been so dynamite on the extra attacker.
I think I got 2 points that I'd throw at Mandan's way. You gotta watch for that stretch pass. Don't allow yourself to get beat back into your own zone. And my sister-in-law and brother would hate to hear this, but I'm a big fan of crash to the net. Throw the puck on the net, get a lot of bodies in front of the freshman goaltender there, make it difficult for her to see. I think she's like 5'2", 5'3", or whatnot, but get a lot of bodies in front of her, crash the net, especially with young goaltenders. And I think this can go both ways. Get a lot of people in front of there, throw a lot of pucks at them, confuse them. Because they are still pretty young, so they aren't quite battle-tested, knowing how to, okay, I can't see the puck, I've got to make sure I cover my low sides, get my pads out, make sure I've got my left and my right, make my body as big as possible. I think that's something that comes with age and experience, that goaltenders learn what to do when it's not ideal conditions, recognize that and attack it.
4-1, they got to get 3 of them. It's going to be a challenge at hand, especially with shots 27 to 12, 15, the difference in favor of the Majets. I'm dying to hear the story. You said you've got one about a goaltender and Mr. Waylon Wallstrom himself from the Oilers alumni game. Why don't you enlighten us with this? I'm sure this is pretty good.
Well, it's pretty golden. I graduated in 2001. I don't do the math anymore. I was never good at math, but you're right. It does make you feel old. And I'm the youngest and probably most attractive of 3 brothers, so those guys will forgive me for this. So this was the only time all 3 Borkus boys got an opportunity to play together as well. Brad was always kind of the gifted one athletically in our family. But Brian came back out, and it was my senior year, last chance to play the alumni game. Before I get to the part about them, you know, I had an opportunity. That game was 0-0, and the alumni for the Minot Oilers back in the day was a salty crew. I mean, they were good year in, year out.
7 state titles in the 90s, by the way, 3 under Waylon Wallstrom's goaltending.
Yeah, I'd like to count higher every time I get an opportunity to, but I mean, it was a fantastic group of kids that ran through that program, while Waylon actually played on the team with Brian and Brad when they really started this string of state tournaments or state titles. And the game was 0-0, and I tell you what, I did not skate like the wind. It was more like a 747. Brad, I think, coined that phrase. When I turned, it was like a jumbo jet in midair. Anyhow, Waylon Wallstrom was in net for the alumni team, and they probably figured they'd hang 7 on us and we might not get a goal. Well, I tell you what, big Jumbo Mumbo number 5 came skating down that rink with a breakaway and scored the first goal. I roofed it on him. It might have just been like mid-level glove side, but in my mind it was a roof, and it was a goal. Now you say, Brent, you weighed 300 pounds. How did you get on a breakaway? That's a good question, Nick. Let me tell you how I got on a breakaway. Brian was playing defense for the alumni team. Well, the puck came out to the top of the circles. I went after it. Instead of Brian playing defense and trying to play the puck, he tried to line me up and take me out. I made a little bit of a shuffle move, as much as a big guy can, and he crashed into the boards, and I had a breakaway. And people say, how did Borkus get sprung? Well, it's because the other Borkus tried to take me out.
Oh, I'm sure that I would love to see the VHS tape of that, wherever that thing may be, the Oilers alumni matchup with Wallstrom in the net. Borkus is all over the ice. I bet that was fantastic.
There must have been some spotty parenting in our house. Actually, speaking of parenting, I would be amiss if I did not wish my mother a very happy birthday. She's 29 going on 40 extra years.
Happy birthday to Mary Borkus. That's fantastic. A lot of people that in the hockey community will give her credit with her being the one that was the first person to ever help them or learn how to skate. Boy, she did that for a long time, didn't she, over at the All Seasons Arena?
Oh, I think it was north of 25 years. I think when it was all said and done, she did it for about 27, 28 years. And you know what? She was fantastic at it. She has that Canadian fire in her. And she did a fantastic job with the kids coming out there. And, you know, back in the day, it was a big community thing in the 70s and 80s in Minot. And there are a lot of friendships, lifelong partnerships, whether it's doing business with people or whatnot, that you meet in this hockey community. And those that support the program, that support the radio broadcast, and yourself doing this, there's a love for hockey here in Minot, and it's nice to see it growing for the girls as well. I've got a little girl myself, and I would love to see her play hockey, because I'm not sure I can make Tuesday, Thursday basketball games for the rest of my life.
Sure appreciate your time tonight. Thanks for joining us, Mr. Brent Borkus. Always a pleasure talking to you. Tell your mom happy birthday from the whole hockey community, will you?
Sounds great. I'll see you at the Pepper.
That's Brent Borkus. Boy, we sure appreciate his time tonight. Thanks to Brent Borkus for stopping in. Mandan returns to the ice. We'll have our third period in just a moment. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
Deal tucks it home, and the Magi lead 3-0.
Hi, this is Nick Hulberg, the voice of Magi Hockey, inviting you to join me and Larry McFall on 1390 KRRZ for live coverage of the 2018 West Region Hockey Tournament. The Planet Pizza pregame show starts 20 minutes prior to each Magi matchup.
Top shelf backhand, right where Grandma keeps the cookies.
1390 KRRZ, the home of Minot High Magicians Hockey.
Planet Pizza. 4 systems go for lunch. When supper time's a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for fun.
3 seconds into the third period. Minot High. The Magents are up 4-1 here on the Mandan Braves. Puck comes all the way down. There's that icing, and we'll face it off back on Amber Borkus' blocker side. Great catching up with Brent Borkus. He was my color commentator with the Bismarck Bobcats of the North American Hockey League. Boy, did we have a good run. We had a lot of fun doing that stuff together down in Bismarck for the Bobcats at that time. Brent and I were selected for the 2007 North American Hockey League All-Star Tournament and the national tournament that year as well. That was quite the honor from the North American Hockey League that had 28 teams in it at that time, all the way across the nation, and we were the gentlemen that were lucky enough to be the all-stars of it. A lot of fun. Other end of the ice we go now as the puck is carried ahead forward into the offensive zone. It's Peterson that sends one in, bidding for her second of the night. Puck is touched up here. We're going to have a stop in the play. Holding is the call, and who's this on? Is it on Minot High or is it on Mandan? It's on Paige Ackerman, it looks like, and Ackerman's going to the box on the holding call. 16-16 to play here in the third. 1 minute remains on the call to Mandan skater number 10, Ashley Patrick. So we'll skate for a minute, 4-on-4. Face off on the glove side of Amber Borkus. Face off, one back to Swangstu. She'll wrap it around the boards on the side, comes up to bone break. She tries to launch it out and can't. Bouncer comes in. That one touched by Esslinger. Then it hopped up into the glove of Amber Borkus as she went down into the butterfly, forced to make her 14th save of the hockey game. Well, tonight, any young lady that was wearing their Minot Hockey Boosters uniform got into the hockey game for free here tonight. Just joining us, we talked about Minot Hockey Boosters program having 100 young ladies in the program. That's just fantastic stuff. Icing, 1 minute 11 seconds into the third. A little bit choppy here to start our third period. Boy, Minot High was good in the second, weren't they? Goals in that second period coming from Shaw, Larson, and Shaw. 5:33 was the time of the first one. 13:15 the time of the last one. Shaw started and ended the scoring in the period. Can she get a hat trick tonight? 18 White looking for one as well. That's Parker Larson. She's got 2 in the contest. Paige Ackerman, 3 assists tonight. If anyone else besides those 3 should be our stars of the game, brought to you by Minot's Finest Collision Center, let us know. Larson makes a move. Hat trick, bidding for one, fired. Stop is made. Sheets caught it with the pad. Puck is taken here and back out to center ice we go as it's carried over by Haley Anderson. Make that Taylor Davis. Mandan's full strength now as it's taken here by Sem, and Sem's got it. She'll launch this one up to the blue line. It's held in at the line and across for the stroll down to the corner it comes. Macy Berg. Berg takes it around the end wall. Berg dancing with it. This is the 7th grader that has such a bright future. Kaya Shaw, other end of the ice. Shaw goes coast to coast. She bids for the hat trick as she sends it just wide. Now the puck is taken back over neutral ice. Flom's got it back, has Shaw with her. Flom bumped into there, and the puck is going to be taken here by the Braves and Ashley Patrick into the offensive zone. Patrick turns it towards the net. Dropped down from Molly Seb. She knocked it down with the glove, and then she launches it all the way out to center. Hammered forward. Flom had to go off of her shin pads tonight. She's had 4 opportunities that just haven't gone her way. Flom's a player that has dominated here in her high school campaign. She has a chance, turns it towards the net, put it right off the goaltender's mask. And Sheets makes the save and hangs tight to it. Coming into tonight, Dessa Flom, 22 games played, 27 goals, 37 assists. Pretty impressive stuff. Esslinger in on the draw. Winning the draw for Mandan and working it back. That was 13. Hannah Peterson. Mandan without the numbers on the arm sleeves. Makes it just a bit tough. You have to wait till they turn to see exactly who's who. From the line, that puck sent down into the corner. .13:40 to play here in the third period. Puck tied up down low. Back behind the net, bone break. Working on it, Braves trying to push it away to the near side wing on the retrieve. This is Taylor Davis. Davis out to center, lead pass, connects there with Peterson. She's in with it. Peterson down to the corner, Ackerman. Tried to take it away from her, sent in front, Berg sends it in. That one went just wide of the cage. Puck comes back away, Abrahamson. Firing out to Bonebreak, too far in front of her, all the way down it comes. Rolling puck back in front of Sheets. Now it's going to be taken and dumped back into the Minot high end, all the way back in behind Borkus. Now Lindsay Larson on the forecheck, back to the other end of the ice. Larson on angle shot, fired that one up and just wide. Way down to Weisberg, trying to hold at the line. Comes away to Swangstu at the point. Back at neutral. Magents trying to clear it in. 12.5 to play here in the third. Shots are now 29-14, doubled up. On the Braves tonight are the Magents. On the blocker's side of the goaltender, Sheets. Larson intercepts. She walked and fired. That one hit traffic. Down it comes. Montevideo Toros in action this weekend at the Pepsi Rink. Sunday afternoon. Toros are in action. Delayed call coming here on the Braves. The Magents will go back to the power play. Off comes Borkus for the extra attacker. Didn't matter. Down it comes, and now here with 11:54 to play in the third period. Power play comes back out for the Magents. Two-minute slashing call. Charged to number 6. Here with 11:54 to play in our third. Flom in to take the draw for the Magents. Face-off control by Modern High School. Down to the corner it comes. Sent in front of the net. Sheets made the save. Flom's got it on the retrieve. Out of the corner, Flom sends it in. Stick save loose in front. Puck comes back up to the line. It's taken here by Molly Seb. She sends it in. Hit traffic, and now on the power play for the next minute, 23 to center ice it goes, where Remedish brings it into the offensive zone and sent it down. Then Ackerman has it. Ackerman moves it back up to center. Flom from behind her back through the legs, carries it into the offensive zone. Flom sends it in front, comes away to Maggie Sam, then back to the point. Ackerman wrists and fires, loose in front, backhand Flom, robbed on the doorstep. Kaya Shaw back to Flom, out of Gretzky's office, to the point. Ackerman, can she hold it? She can. 1 minute on the power play. Shaw looking for the hat trick. Half boards met there and worked on by Peterson. Hannah Peterson, the senior, moves it out to center. Ackerman's got it back, and now Paige Ackerman across near side wing off to Molly Sem. Into the offensive zone and then right out. 200 feet down it comes. And in behind Borkus, the puck sits near the Birdies hydromulching sign. Levi Biertus, the former assistant coach of the Minot Magents. I believe 6 years with the Magents program. Weisberg to the point. Ackerman. Drop back to Weisberg, then Ackerman again. Puck is taken away, and with a hard wrist shot, it's sailed all the way down. In behind Borkus, who's out to play, and hard on the forecheck around the end wall was Emily Freilich. Borkus made a nice play to get it away to Sem. And then at center ice, back in comes Parker Larson. Mandan's penalty kill kills one off ears. Out to center and into the offensive zone. Freilich goes coast to coast. Right to the left of Borkus, who's forced to make the save on Freilich's shot, the 15th of the night for Mandan. And the faceoff will come on Borkus' blocker side. Once again, a busy week here at Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena. North Dakota West Region High School Hockey Tournament. Pro Style Productions Facebook page, prostyleproduction.com, with all the information of Magent's broadcast, Minot High broadcast for boys as well. Look out through the blue paint. Borkus made the save. Then she had to make another one. Frelick's down low underneath the goal line. Working on it, but it's taken by the Magents, and now Esslinger out to center. Cross to Abrahamson, has Bonebreak with her into the offensive zone. Bonebreak turns, fires, she scored. Lily Bonebreak took it from Esslinger and Abrahamson, and Bonebreak puts it to the back of the net. And Bonebreak's got her 9th point of the year. 5-1 Minot High. We'll listen in. It's going to be Bonebreak from 11 and 8, I believe.
Skater number 4, Lily Hulberg. Assisted on the play by skater number 8, Carson Abrahamson, and skater 17, Brianna Swangstu. That's 4 from 8 and 17.
So they give it to Swangstu instead of Esslinger. Either way, it's still a 5-1 game in favor of the Magents with 8:50 to play here in the third. Halfway through our third period now almost, as Minot High has mustered up a 4-goal lead. On the blocker side of Sheets, down back behind the net. Puck comes back away to the near side. Back to the far, taken away by the Magents on the doorstep. That was Flom. Hard on the forecheck, but back out to center ice. It's Anna Ross. Mandan might have got caught in a change over at the bench. No call on the play. Puck comes back down to the corner. On the retrieve for the Braves, Macy Berg. Back behind the net, wrap around on the doorstep. Kaya Shaw trying for the hat trick. Sheets says no. 8 minutes, 11 seconds remain in this contest tonight with Mandan and Minot High. Stick around for a Buffalo Wild Wings postgame show immediately after the game tonight. We'll have our Minot's Finest Collision Center stars of the game. Shot comes in and Sheets makes the save again. Well, this song, Metallica. Inside the Pepsi Rink, haven't heard this one since Saturday at the Beavers matchup. One of my personal favorites. Out to center ice. On the forecheck for Mandan. This is Krush. She carries it in. Then Frelick hits the brakes. Half board sent in front. Just wanted Borkus' glove side. Taken here. Flipped high up off the glass. Out from Flom it comes and all the way back at the neutral ice zone into the offensive zone for Kaya Shaw. Shaw's back behind the net. Worked it back to the point. Here's a drive coming. That one off the shin pads. Aguirre's the one that moved it forward. Bouncing puck comes back away. Parker Larson scrumming forward there. Comes back up to the point. Aguirre's got it. She steps in. Sends it towards the net. Hit traffic and it's knocked down. Two players collide into the boards. That's Weisberg on the far wing. No call on the play. So Mandan fans had the arm up in the air. Wanted the call. They don't get it. Puck pushed out to center, and it's going to come way to the near side to Ackerman, and Ackerman's going to carry it in. Now Parker Larson. Way to the near side wing, back through neutral ice into the glove hand corner of Borkus. 6 minutes, 44 seconds to play in period number 3. Minot High up 5-1. Shots are 36-15. Thanks again to Brent Borkus for stopping by for a period and a half of Magents hockey here tonight. His niece made the stop there. Sam across far side, trying to feed it up to Lindsay Larson. Comes back away to the near side wing and up through neutral ice. Peterson lost it to Sem. She fired it down, and the roller comes all the way back into the possession here of Taylor Davis. Down the near wing, chipped ahead, back up. Abrahamson lost a handle on it. Swangstu did the same thing. Peterson moved it forward. Peterson's in. She turns it down behind the net, wrapped around to the far side on it. This is Abrahamson, freeing it to Swangstu, and Swangstu sends it down. That roller is going to come all the way down the length of the ice, and that will be an icing with 5:43 to play here in the third. Well, we talked about it being the last of 2 nights left in the regular season. Only one game to take place on Friday. It's Davies at Bismarck. One that Bismarck's going to look to win. They're in a battle with West Fargo United. Bismarck can hang on and win that one. They will wrap up number 2 in North Dakota. It's underneath Borkus. There's the whistle. 5:36 to play here in the third. Well, that Fargo North-South team is the team to beat. There's no doubt about it. With Grayson Myers, Avery Myers, and Anna Erickson. 55 for Grayson Myers. Avery Myers has 51. 48 for Anna Erickson. That's the amount of points they have on the season. Riley Ball and Britta Curl from Bismarck have 43 and 42. Flom's got 37 from here at Minot High. A pair of 34s for Madison Swenson of Bismarck, and West Fargo United's Courtney Walsh with 33. But I tell you what, here with the drive, a pad save, kicked out. Borkus makes a nice stop. Another drive into the glove, out of the glove, over to the corner it goes. Goes back away to Abrahamson and out to center, where it's going to be spun right back into the zone. It's going to touch on the goaltender Mervick that we saw on Saturday afternoon. That West Fargo United All-State player, All-East Region player last year. All-State tournament team. She's only a junior. She's the real deal. 192 goals against average. 94% save percentage. When you got a goaltender that is white hot like that, you got to know that you've got a shot to win each and every night. All you need to do is score at least one, and you've got a chance to win the thing. Especially around tournament time, and knowing that she was all tournament team last year, that means that she's got the confidence to do it again for West Fargo United. It's going to be interesting. Who will wear the crown at the end of the year for the top team in North Dakota? North-South likes to think it'd be them. Bismarck likes to think it'd be them. West Fargo with Mervick could be them. Davies possibly, or is it Minot High? Or does the drought continue for the Magents? Talked about it, the dark horse coming in. You never know what can happen. I find that so interesting. The year that the boys won the championship back in 2015. Here's a drive coming, that one just wide. Minot High's boys program, only for the 3rd time in West Region hockey history, a West team won the state crown. Minot High won the first one in 92. There was one in 20, forgive me on the year, early teens, that Bismarck High put one up into the rafters, and then Minot High won in 2015. But point being, Minot High was 18-8-1 that year. They were a team that nobody expected. They came in as the number 3 seed out of the West. Dessa Flom's in with it. Flom sent it across to Kaya Shaw, and Shaw's got it down low. Ironically enough, it was Dessa Flom's brother that had the game-winning goal each and every night at that same North Dakota High School Hockey Tournament. Beat Devils Lake in overtime the first night. Put it to Fargo South only at the halfway point of the game. They trailed in the contest to South. Then it was Grand Forks Central that Minot High had no business beating. If they played them 10 times, it probably would have been 9 of the 10 that the Knights would have won. But Minot High was magical that night, and they ended up winning the contest. So anything can happen. Is that this year for the Magents? This year for the Mandan Braves? Hard to tell, hard to know. We'll find out, though, in 2 weeks. You go back to last year, and Bismarck finishing first, Fargo North-South second, West Fargo third, Minot fourth, Davies fifth, Grand Forks sixth. Stop from Sheets, by the way. Mandan was the number 7 team coming into the tournament. And Mandan shocked a lot of people. They won at Fargo North-South. Lucy Morgan made 50 stops for the Braves. They shocked the girls' hockey world. They lost the next night to Grand Forks 1-0. Morgan made 34 stops. And then they took third place in the state when they beat Davies 5-4. 37 shots for Lucy Morgan. You want to talk about a performance at the tournament. 50, 34, and 37 for saves. My, oh my, you got to be kidding me. Lucy Morgan, the real deal. We're down to 2:15 to play here in the third. My point exactly about goaltending. Weisberg, soccer to back. Molly Sem on the retrieve. Hammered around the sideboards, across up to Larson. Berta Curl had 64 points last year, leading North Dakota, by the way. That was as a junior. 41 goals for her. That was the best in the state. 23 assists was the most. That was from Anna Erickson from Fargo North South. Lindsay Larson to center. Walks it into the zone. Crashing towards the net. Abrahamson hauled up behind the net. No call to play. She's back up. We're down to the final 90 seconds in the third. Paige Ackerman, 3-point night tonight for the freshman Paige Ackerman. Turning it towards the net. That one off of Clementek, back underneath the net, sent towards the front. Abrahamson there, just couldn't get a stick on it. Then it's pushed up the wall. Dan Sem will have the minute call in 6 seconds. Comes back into the offensive zone. Lily Bonebrink sends it in. Now Esslinger's got it.
1 minute to play, regulation, 1 minute.
Thank you, Ned. Now Ackerman. Back up, Bonebrink sends it back down to the corner. Ackerman holds it in. Slap shot sent towards the net. Bounced wide of the blue paint and down to the corner. Comes back away out to neutral ice, and on the retrieve is Ackerman at center. She'll just scroll with it. She'll move it up to neutral. And now at center, back into the offensive zone. Here's the 7th grader, Macy Berg, sending it in towards the net, but wide. Buffalo Wild Wings postgame show in 20 seconds. Wings Beer Sports, Buffalo Wild Wings. Delicious stuff. They have a lunch menu as well. Try them tomorrow. Buffalo Wild Wings brings you the postgame show here tonight. The Magents are going to win this hockey game. They're going to improve to a record on the season of 13-7 inside of the conference. Mandan falls to 5-12-1 overall in the year. The Maroon and Gold go and congratulate Amber Borkus. The team shake hands at center, and this one's over. 5-1. Minot High closes out the regular season with a nice win tonight. Buffalo Wild Wings postgame show is next. This is Minot Magent Hockey.
Towards the net, player save, rebound, deal, tucks it home. And the Magi lead 3-0.
Hi, this is Nick Hulberg, the voice of Magi Hockey, inviting you to join me and Larry McFall on 1390 KRRZ for live coverage of the 2018 West Region Hockey Tournament. The Planet Pizza pregame show starts 20 minutes prior to each Magi matchup.
Top shelf backhand, right where Grandma keeps the cookies.
1390 KRRZ, the home of Minot High Magicians Hockey.
The areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Go for lunch, frequent supper time's a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for Planet Pizza. Planet Pizza.
It's time for the Buffalo Wild Wings postgame show with the recap, stats, analysis, coaches' thoughts, Minot's finest collision center stars of the game, and all the wing sauce you can handle. Let's return to the press box with Nick Hulberg.
Well, if you've never had Buffalo Wild Wings, you're missing out. Wings, beer, sports. Delicious stuff over at Buffalo Wild Wings. I like the Parmesan garlic and the Asian zing. Minot High, the Magents had some zing to their game, certainly in the second period. My, oh my. Kaya Shaw, 2 goals in the second. Parker Larson added 1 there as well. 1 in the third from the Magents. They had 1 in the first as well. That's how we get to 5 tonight. They beat Mandan 5-1 to improve to a record of 13-7 overall inside the conference. Mandan falling to 5-12-1 inside a conference play. The Magents are 13-10 now overall. 7-15-1 overall are the Braves. It's a 5-7 mark on each of their backs. The Magents with the better of the two. Here's how the scoring went down tonight. Hannah Peterson started things off for the Braves. They started the scoring tonight. That was at 8:15. Number 13, Black, picked up her 13th point of the season. That was an even strength goal. And Mandan was in the driver's seat right out of the gate, but at 13:30 the first on the power play was Parker Larson from Molly 7, Paige Ackerman. And for Larson, that was point number 7 on the season. She had a busy night tonight, though. Power play goal only took 5 seconds on the power play on that tripping call to Macy Berg. First power play of the night, and the Magents tied it. Then a Lily Bonebreak cooking call at 1:43 of the second put Minot High down. That didn't matter. An even strength goal came at 5:33. Kaya Shaw from Dessa Flom. Shaw picks up her first of the night, 27th of the season for points. That was goal number 12 for Kaya Shaw. Then Parker Larson scored at 8:59. That was a short-handed goal after Dessa Flom was charged for a hooking. Lindsay Larson and Paige Ackerman had the assists on the play. Then Kaya Shaw at 13:15 picks up goal number 2 of the night. Olivia Weisberg had the assist. Paige Ackerman picks up another assist on the play. 3 assists tonight for the freshman Paige Ackerman. Then in the third period, Bonebreak from Esslinger and Abrahamson, and Lily Bonebreak puts her name on the score sheet. The junior now with 9 points on the season heading to the tournament. That's how we finished tonight at 5-1. Goaltender saves in the contest. Sheets turns in 34 stops on 39 shots tonight. 18 saves of 19 fired the way of Amber Borkus.
It's time for the Minot's Finest Collision Center Stars of the Game. Minot's Finest Collision Center. We are Minot's Finest.
Tough choice tonight, isn't it? To pick 3 that are worthy tonight. I've got my mind made up on who they are, but there's plenty that could be talked about here tonight. Peterson was the best player in my mind on the Mandan side of the ice tonight, but how about Macy Berg, just a 7th grader? She had a good game tonight. Sheets was super busy back there. She saw 39 tonight. She made 34 saves. She's going to be an honorable mention tonight. She definitely should be in the conversation. She had a great game tonight for Mandan. Minot High peppering her. It's time for the Minot's Finest Collision Center Stars of the Game. Minot's Finest Collision Center ensures proper procedures are followed to repair your vehicle so safety features are maintained to keep you and your family safe. More than an auto body repair shop, we are Minot's Finest. 701-839-0989. Stars of the game look like this tonight with Sheets as an honorable mention. Got to give goaltenders a little bit of love, especially when 40 is about how many they saw in the night and they only give up 4 against some of the state's top producing talent. Number 3 star of the game tonight, Kaya Shaw. 2 goals for her tonight. Number 2 star of the game, Parker Larson. 2 goals for her tonight. Paige Ackerman, 3 assists. Led the team in points tonight, 3 of them from the blue line. Setting up Larson on 2 of them, Shaw on 1 of them. Nice night for her. There's your Minot's Finest 3 stars of the game. Ackerman, number 1. Larson and Shaw, both with 2 goal nights tonight. You pick where they sit, 2 or 3. Honorable mention to Sheets. Final score, 5-1. Minot High gets the win tonight. They head to the tournament at the Ralph Engelstad Arena. They'll play on the Olympic rink on Thursday. Unfortunately, no radio coverage for you from the Girls State High School Hockey Tournament. Our apologies. Plain and simple, it just doesn't work when the boys are playing right next door. And at the same exact time, we've been doing the boys' radio games on the radio for the last 6 years. The advertising was sold for them. Unfortunately, there's only one of me and only one radio station. That's just the way it is. Hopefully they can get that changed. I really hope that we can put the girls' tournament at a different time in the season. Hold it back a week. Bring it to the Mesa Arena and have it here so we can give these girls the credit they deserve and the coverage that they deserve. Regardless, Minot High will play Fargo Davies on February 22nd at the State High School Hockey Tournament, 30 minutes after game number 1, which takes place at 11 a.m. My guess would be about 1:30. Best of luck to Waylon Wallstrom and his crew at the State High School Hockey Tournament. Should be a lot of fun at the Ralph Engelstad Arena. In 2 weeks. The Jets win tonight over Mandan. 5-1's the final score. For Mr. Brent Borkus joining me tonight, Waylon Wallstrom as well. It's going to do it for our coverage of girls hockey here in 2018. I'm Nick Hulberg, signing off for Pro Style Production. Good night, and God bless.
Turns it towards the net, fires, save, rebound, deal, tucks it home, and the Magi lead 3-0.
Hi, this is Nick Hulberg, the voice of Magi Hockey, inviting you to join me and Larry McFall on 1390 KRRZ for live coverage of the 2018 West Region Hockey Tournament. The Planet Pizza pregame show starts 20 minutes prior to each Magi matchup.
Top shelf backhand, right where Grandma keeps the cookies.
1390 KRRZ, the home of Minot High Magicians Hockey.